More snaps for Jeanty, more snaps for Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter should be getting an uptick in production. At least that's what we're hearing. That's what we're reading. That's what we're getting a vibe check on. Jacksonville Jaguars coach Liam Cohen said that the team plans to put Travis Hunter in the position to be number one a little bit more often. We're going to break down that player news and also recap just a little bit in terms of this Jeanty news, what it means, what do we expect. Pete Carroll talking about 20 plus carries going forward as the norm for Ashton Jeanty. Two players that have not lived up to expectation fully yet, but are players that have a whole lot of time to earn their keep. And everybody cutting Travis Hunter very premature. Even if he didn't pull through this week, let's say, it's still premature to give up on him. Bench him, okay, but give up on him, madness. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition, Monday through, well, every day, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. That show we did earlier. This is the Monday through Sunday, the 7-day-a-week pretty much Graveyard midnight Eastern show. That show begins right now. File on in.
The FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So talking first about let's focus on one player at a time. So let me take Jeanty off screen real quickly and just recap that Travis Hunter, according to his head coach, is going to be put in a position to be the number one a little more often. That doesn't mean that we're going to have a drop off for BTJ, or that BTJ is going to have a nail in the coffin, or that this thing's going to go south. It's starting to turn around for BTJ. BTJ actually almost had 2 touchdowns and would have had a second touchdown. Didn't actually. He had 2 touchdowns, but this man, Travis Hunter, had his foot in the neutral zone, which a lot of people think was a crap call. And to be honest, I agree. But it did take away a touchdown, and BTJ would have been looking at 100 plus and 2 touchdowns. He would have been totally back in the eyes of most everyone. And we're going to be drafting on Underdog here in a minute. So everybody make sure you're signed up. Play 5, get 100. We'll attack something in a minute. Just make sure you're smashing this link right here. I'm going to pin the link in the live chat. This link will get you, like I said, play $5, get 100. We'll be jumping into a draft here shortly. So just smash that link, get signed up, prepare so that you don't miss out. That link will insert promo code Smitty for you. Travis Hunter, so BTJ was about to have 102 touchdowns. Everybody and their mother would have called him back. And everybody's starting to feel like he's kind of back anyway. Not maybe to the full degree of a top 4, top 5 wide receiver like he was last year, but this is a top 12, top 14 wide receiver, low end wide receiver 1 BTJ, or super high end wide receiver 2 potential. I don't think anything gets taken away. I don't think anything gets taken away from BTJ. I think Travis Hunter is probably still going to be a little inconsistent for the next couple of weeks. I don't think anybody should be expecting wide receiver 1 fantasy football numbers consistently, but the moment he does drop that fantasy football wide receiver 1 game, like he finishes as wide receiver 4 or 6 on the week, I think people will start believing. I think he'll start being relatively consistent. I think that they need to get him the ball 100 different ways. I don't think just throwing to him 1 or 2 times designed downfield is enough, because then he's got to convert on every single one of them in order to be a reliable fantasy football option. But I do believe that they're going to get him that 6 receptions per game that we talked about in the offseason. And, nothing's been to plan. It's been slow moving. And I admit I'm very, very disappointed in the speed and the trajectory that this thing has taken. But I think Hunter does step up big time in the next couple weeks. I don't know if it'll be this week. I hope it's this week. If it's not this week, everyone's going to drop him. There's nobody patient enough to see this through. And I keep explaining over and over and over that you had Jahmyr Gibbs, his rookie season, do absolutely nothing in weeks 1 through 6. he was a zero burger. Here's 10 out of 10. This would be, a superstar. This is where Gibbs was playing eventually at 10, a level 10. Him and Christian McCaffrey were the only two running backs playing at that level once week 7 kicked into gear. But once week 7 kicked into gear, this guy Gibbs that was playing like trash went straight up and then played at a number 2 overall wide receiver level the entire season until week 17. The entire season. This was running back number 2 overall. And I'm not suggesting that Hunter's following the exact same course that it'll be wide receiver 2. I'm not suggesting that. But when Gibbs was more worthless than Travis Hunter for 6 straight weeks, you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind with Harvey, with Hendy, with Woody Marks, that Jahmyr Gibbs was more worthless than Trevion Henderson. Gibbs was more worthless than Trevion Henderson, more worthless than RJ Harvey for 6 straight weeks. We're entering that exact week that Gibbs broke out. So something to keep in mind. As for Jeanty, he's been much more effective than those guys, getting fed enough to warrant, you could say, high-end running back 2 numbers, maybe low-end running back 1, Ashton Jeanty. But we've had elite running back 1 games. It's just not consistently. I do believe we're looking at Jeanty being probably a 6 to 10 running back going forward. Can't guarantee it, but I do believe that the numbers will be there. Again, his head coach saying that he's getting 20-plus carries a game as the new norm, and described the earlier part of the season as you need to manage that. But now looking forward, it's a long season, a long haul. Want to make sure we keep him healthy. Now that we've gotten through 6 weeks, it's time to put the pedal to the metal and give this man 20-plus carries per game. I certainly believe that this will be the game that potentially shows that effort on his head coach's behalf. Pete Carroll will step it up and hand this man the football. And when Bowers is back, it's going to be a much different defensive scheme that they face week in and week out. Right now, there is still a risk that the game script could take Jeanty's 20-plus carries per game out of play. Certainly possible, but like I pointed out earlier on the APM show, such an amazing pass catcher, he'll make up for that by pulling in passes. Jeanty, to me, if I had to rank running backs right now, I'm certainly ranking Bijan number 1. I'm certainly ranking Gibbs and JT, and probably I'd say Gibbs, JT in that order right now. So 1 would be Bijan, 2 would be Gibbs, and you could argue JT and go back and forth, but for me it would be Gibbs, JT. I think Achane, Christian McCaffrey right now, and of course you trade Christian McCaffrey at that value. That's where you probably rank the RBs. Kyron is up there. I truly believe James Cook will rebound and bounce back and be 6 to 10. But I think James Cook, there's a lot of people freaking out on James Cook right now, so you certainly would want to go grab James Cook on the cheap if somebody's tossing him around as if he's not a top 6 to 10 running back and people are fickle. Let's jump into, ladies and gentlemen, the draft is called the third quarter. Hit the third quarter button right now on Underdog. It's probably near the end of the carousel, and it's going to be, I believe the third quarter is going to be weeks 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's going to be weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12. That means that bye weeks before 9 and after 12 are going to be more advantageous players. This is a draft that encompasses weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12. Jump into that. It's called, again, the name of it is called the third quarter. Play $5, get 100 on Underdog. We're going to jump straight into one of those bad boys. So let's do this. Looks like the draft is almost full. Jump in, jump in, jump in. Jump in. The third quarter, again, at the end of the draft. Trading for Jeanty, trading for Hunter, pretty easy task, if you ask me. I don't think people are overvaluing. It looks like the draft's beginning. If you didn't get into my draft, that's fine. This thing's flying. What pick did I get? I think I got the 9 pick. First pick, second pick, third pick. These boys are flying. Fourth pick, Gibbs. We got to get over here and do this. Hold on. McCaffrey. Okay, so bye weeks 9, 10, 11, 12. Advantageous to have players that don't have bye weeks in that range. However, that doesn't preclude you from grabbing players that are in there. It just means you got to cover yourself. So Jonathan Taylor's got a bye week of 11, which falls straight into that territory, but he's still worth the grab for sure. James Cook just went. I wonder if JT will fall because of that bye week. Puka Nacua. So this doesn't start until week 9. Puka Nacua's got a bye week of 8, so he's a perfect player to draft. So hopefully I can get one of Taylor or Puka or okay, Puka just went. So Taylor just went. Now I'm on the clock. Damn it. JJ has his bye week of 6, so he already has his bye week out of the way. 8, St. Brown. I'm going to go JJ. I love St. Brown and JJ. I'm going to go JJ here. And JJ has his bye week out of the way. So that's going to be a great first pick there. Okay, now Josh Allen has a bye week of 7. So that will be a great player to grab on this flip side. Josh Allen just went, of course. Drake London, bye week of 5. That's a guy I'm hoping falls to me. Probably won't. Let's see what happens. Kyron, nice. Saquon, bye week of 9. Jamar Chase, bye week 10. That's brutal right in the middle. Again, you don't want to necessarily avoid those players, but there goes London. CeeDee Lamb, bye week 10. You still gotta make it through, like even like the first week. Okay, so Nico bye week 6. Okay. Achane bye week 12. That's brutal in the championship game. Let's go Nico Collins here. So both these wide receivers will have bye weeks that live outside of the territory we're playing. Again, this is a third quarter fantasy contest, meaning it takes place in weeks 9, 10, 11, and then championship week is 12. All right, let me answer some of these super chats as we go through this draft. Trade my Allen, Josh Allen, Judkins, and Debo for May and JT. I would take May and JT, the way JT's playing. And May's playing fantastic as well. So PPR, JT and Henry, or Brees and Kyron. I would probably take JT and Henry. Henry, I believe in as much as Brees, and then I'd take JT advantage there. Start Tez, Hendo, or Chubb. Drop any for Burden. I probably would drop. I'm not dropping Hendo. I probably would. Look, Chubb, I don't think Chubb is going to be consistent, nor will he stay healthy all year. I'd almost say Tez could be exciting, though. I could keep Chubb because he's a running back. Tez could be exciting, but he also could do very little. I like Tez, though. Tez he's a great dynasty pickup. Him. I'd probably say. I'd probably say drop Tez and pick up Burden and start Burden. Burden's a great play this week with DJ Moore probably out. So thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Trade Emeka Egbuka for Henry and Addison or Wandell. I'll probably keep Egbuka, but it's an intriguing proposition for sure. Our big money league just let this trade go through. Well, all trades should go through. Jamar Chase, Hendy for JMO and Rashad White. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great trade. What do I do? What do you mean, what would you do? What do you mean, what would I do, Nick? Nick, you can't. Vetoing trades is weak. It's just weak. You don't veto trades because you don't like them. You know what I mean? So what do? You go make a trade similar to that. But I mean, if you got veto process and everybody knows the rules, then I guess you put it to a vote. But I personally wouldn't even play in a league that had vetoes. I think that's weak. JD5, Achan, ETN, Scat, Judkins, BTJ, Waddle, Debo, McBride, Fannin. Want CD or Flowers? Try Waddle and ETN for CD, sure. And I think you could even get a little bit for that. Debo and ETN, I'd definitely do that as well. I'd try and keep Scat, but I'd still trade Scat for CD. If you had to trade, Scat and Debo, that would work. I'd try and keep them, but I definitely do either one of those. This one here from my boy Rings, thank you, pal. BTJ and Walker for Judkins and Golden. Give me BTJ and Walker. But I do try and flip Walker. Still. But I'm not trading. I like Judkins. I guess if you needed a running back, and can you get something better than Golden? Just something slightly better. A Buka by week 9. I'm just going to take him anyway. I got all wide receivers. It's crazy. Bucky's by week 9, obviously, as well. That's tough starting off week 1 without a Buka. But if I get through it, that's brutal. And Judkins, I want Judkins, but that's by week 9 as well. This is tough. Patrick Mahomes by week 10. Dowdle is by week 14. Jaden Daniels by week 12. That's the final week. It's kind of a brutal. So Bucky, Quinshon, Judkins. I'm taking 2 players in a row that have bye weeks in the first week of this thing if I take Judkins or Bucky. But I just don't know what else to do. I got to try and piecemeal my week 9 win. And honestly, it's kind of worth doing it. I guess Bucky or Judkins. Will Bucky be back? I don't know. I'll take a gamble. I'll take a gamble that, and I've got to land these next picks because in bye week 9, Buka and Bucky out. How am I gonna? I got to advance this thing. I got to get myself a couple RBs that make some sense. But if I do get through round 1, I'm taking this thing because I got JJ bye week free, Nico, Buka, Bucky. But I got to get out of week 1. It's going to be tough. Traded Mason and Nico for Achan and Shakir. I'd probably take Achan and Shakir, but barely. I don't know. I go back and forth on Nico and Achan. They're pretty close. I'd probably rather have Achan, so that's where the determining factor is. Hall and Quentin Johnston for Mason and Tyler Warren. Mason and Tyler Warren. I'm not a huge fan of Quentin Johnston. So Ellick or Mooney for Hunter or Jennings. I'd take Hunter. Easy. 2 and 4. Brian, appreciate you. Offered get Garrett Wilson, K9, and AJ Brown, I guess. Give Sutton Dowdle or get Mahomes Adams. Give Sutton Dowdle Sharps. So Mahomes and Adams give Sutton Dowdle. I like that. Or if that's for the other ones here, Sutton Dowdle Sharps for Mahomes Adams. I like that. I take that Mahomes Adams side for sure. Look, Mahomes is a top 3 quarterback, bro. Might be number 2. You could argue number 1. It's absolutely balling. I haven't even gotten Rashid Rice yet. I said Aaron Jones, Hampton, George Pickens for Puka, Drake May. Yes, go get Drake May, Puka, do it live. That's easy, bro. That's light work. Light work, my boy. Chris, what side wins? Rice, Fannin, AJB, Judkins. Pretty even, Chris. There's pros and cons to both sides. That's just one of those that doesn't really have an answer, man. It depends on who you need. Do you need running back? Would I rather kind of have Rice overall? Yes, but if AJB delivers, then the AJB side all of a sudden is more valuable. So kind of depends, bro. Man, what do I do here? Let's go. Let me sort by RB. We got Jordan Mason with a bye week 6. We got Hampton bye week 12. We got Chase Brown bye week 10. We got Travion Henderson at bye week 14. Kamara bye week 11. Charbonnet. Let's go Rico Dowdle. And we're just hoping Rico Dowdle just takes this job. I could be safe and take Chuba Hubbard and have both the running backs. I might end up doing that, because then that gives me one guaranteed running back that not only will help me during the Bucky Irvin bye week in the first week of this 9 through 12 contest. This is weeks 9 through 12. The Bucks have a bye week 9, so brutal. I'm doing this on purpose. A brutal initial blow to the team by design. And then I do need a potential another running back. I think I'll go Dak Prescott here. He's got a bye week of 10. So I got to figure out something there. But that gives me a strong week 9 with Dowdle, with Dak, with JJ and Collins. Then I'm losing Buka and Bucky on bye week 9. But then if I make it through with Dak, Dowdle, Nico, and JJ, then all of a sudden I got Buka and Bucky to the rescue. This could be interesting. This could be quite a squad. Um, 12-man standard. My current running back room is Achane, Ollie, Brees, Hampton. Achane, Ollie, Brees, Hampton, Aaron Jones, Algier. I was sent Kyron for my Pickens and Brees. I'd probably take Kyron. I'd try and get a little more, but I do very much like Kyron. Don't trust Brees right now. Wish I could, but I don't trust the situation. What would I do for running back then? I don't know, Brian. I don't have that in front of me, but I mean, if you send me a couple ideas, I can try and cook up another trade if you just give me a batch of players. But or a team that you might potentially want to go attack their players. Also, Chase Brown. Brian, I'm not really sure what you're asking here. As far as running backs, I'm just saying go trade Walker. If you're keeping Walker, because I forget what your trade is. Try and send it all in one, Brian, because by the time I answer your question, I can't really find your old super chat. I have to get out of all these screens. I'm in the middle of a draft. I would say that if it was, I believe it was keeping Walker. If you're keeping Walker, then you just got to trade Walker. Couple running backs that come to mind that are in the Walker realm if you're throwing in another player. Scadaboo. Derrick Henry. Judkins. If you're giving up a significant amount, James Cook. I mean, Scott's attainable. Keep Boswell or McLaughlin. I don't know, Carter. With kickers, you'll find out with me that I'm not a huge... there goes Chuba Hubbard. Damn it. I should have took Chuba instead of Dak, but I didn't want to get screwed out of a quarterback. That's right. Figure it out. Hampton, we gotta see what running back. Man, I'm kind of tempted to take, if Henderson falls, take Henderson, who's got a bye week of 14, and just there he goes. I don't know who's in here. If anybody's sniping me as I'm telling my blueprint. Kamara's there available. Bye week 11. Now he could get traded into a different bye week. I think I'll take him just in case, and that will get me through week 1 anyway. week 9. Essentially, week 9 is week 1. As far as kick, bro, whatever kicker is scoring more in your scoring format is the kicker I'm going with. Every kicking format's a little bit different. Sometimes you get points for long kicks. It's pretty simple at this point. The highest scoring kicker is the guy I go with. Jay says trade Igbuka, ETN, Ridley for Puka, Jake Ferguson. Other trade Igbuka for Zay and Chase Brown. Igbuka for Zay and Chase Brown. No, I'm keeping Igbuka. Puka and Jake Ferguson. So you're trading Buka, ETN, and Ridley for Puka and Jake Ferguson. I'd probably take Puka and Jake Ferguson. Puka feels like he won't be out that long. On the clock here. Goff by week 8. Goff isn't bad here. It's kind of important to get a quarterback. So I got Dak by week 10, Goff by week 8. We'll do it that way. Team is Mahomes, ETN, Rico. 3-3. Yeah, give me the Puka side, bro. Plus, you can move Puka pretty easily in a trade. Carter, appreciate you. Keep Boswell or McLaughlin. Again, I mean, if I had to come up real quickly with some, I guess I'll look at a projection that I have for it. Hold on. Boswell, McLaughlin, was it? I mean, again, your scoring format might be different. I'd say probably Boswell. No, I'll go McLaughlin. I think I have McLaughlin ranked like 3 spots higher on the season. But it's close, bro. Ask the question. Who is the one that asking the super chat question? Brian, re-ask the question right. You don't have to necessarily super chat it, but re-ask the sum total of your question in one message right now, and I'll pull it on screen. I can't piecemeal things together. I'm in the middle of a draft. Every super chat's got to be self-contained. It can't be like, hey, go to my last super chat and then add it to my. I can't pull them up like that again. But send a message right now. I'll look for it with everything self-contained in one question. Okay, here it is. Nix, Fields, Rice, Sutton, BTJ, Johnston, Gibbs, Dowdle, McBride, Offord, Wilson, get Wilson, K9, and Brown. I assume that's A.J. Brown. You're not clarifying. But A.J. Brown, Chase Brown, I mean, bro, there's a lot of Browns. See, Brian, damn it, Brian. Come on. Damn it, Brian. Is that A.J. Brown? I think it's A.J. Brown. I'm not sure. Gibbs, Sutton, Dowdle. Garrett Wilson, I don't know where he's at. I don't like the idea of getting a player I don't know what the hell's going on. K9, I don't trust the situation at all. I don't know which Brown that is, Brian. Sutton, Dowdle. I'd probably rather have Sutton and Dowdle right now if that's... I don't know. I don't know. This is so tough. If it's Chase Brown, I trust Chase Brown a little bit, but not a lot. I trust Dowdle, but I don't know if I trust his situation. I like Sutton. I don't know if I love Sutton, but I like Sutton. Don't trust Garrett Wilson. This is a big mess, Brian. I don't like any side, really. I would probably say I lean toward the bulk of getting the Garrett Wilson and hopefully that he comes around, but that's a real tough call. Travis Hunter by week 8. We'll go Travis Hunter here. Get another wide receiver in the mix. All right, let's hear. Trey Tucker, RJ Harvey. Man, I keep getting sniped on everything. Harvey wasn't even the next guy up. You sons of bees. Well, you know what? I'm going to take this guy. Ooh. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to get sniped here, but I like this call right here. Bye week of 8. And this is a perfect time for him to kind of come around and maybe be a savior for this team. I mean, I got Dowdle, Kamara, and now Bashal Tootin. I think that's fantastic. Because I got Bucky. So here's the squad. Let's see here. JJ, bye week will be over at this point. Nico, bye week, or his bye week is over right now. Nico will have had his bye week, so bye week free. Buka kicks off. This is a weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12 contest. Brian, did you re-ask the question at all anywhere? Let me see if Brian re-asked the question anywhere. Brian. Chase Brown. All right, guys, vote on this for Brian. Brian needs our undivided attention. Even though Brian's a little disorganized tonight. Brian needs to know, would you guys, with this team right here, you've got Rice, you've got Sutton, you got BTJ, you got Gibbs, you got Dowdle, you got Sharps, you got McBride. Would you trade? You get Garrett Wilson, K9, and Chase Brown, but you have to give up Sutton and Dowdle. Would we rather have K9? He's got Sharps. Would we rather have K9 and Sharps together, have Chase Brown, have Garrett Wilson, or do we risk losing Dowdle to a committee? Well, Sutton wouldn't be a risk. What side are we doing here? Can we get a vote on this one for Brian? Kind of feel like I don't know, Dowdle's playing so well right now. Where are my votes? Keeping K9 side for me, says random. G Willie side. Yeah, I kind of agree. That's what I said earlier, so I don't think the chat's going to sway me. They seem to be agreeing. There's one Sutton vote. Yeah, go get Garrett Wilson. Go get K9. Go get Chase Brown. You know why I like that most, Brian? Is I think you can flip it into something a little bit easier. I think you got a lot of firepower to then make a trade. On the clock here. Hold on. I'm going to time out, so I'm just going to take another quarterback and one that has had their bye week already. This way I'm just kind of covered. I have a feeling that quarterback scoring is going to be pretty important. And the fact that I'm going to have 3 guys to choose, it's best ball, so whoever scores the most. Now I got to figure out if there's another... I need a tight end, don't I? Oh, is there not a tight end? Yeah, there is a tight end. Okay, yeah, 3 wide receivers, 2, so it's just a normal best ball lineup. Jonnu Smith, Cade Otton isn't bad. Evan Ingram, injury prone but not bad. Zach Ertz, bye week 12. Oh, Fannon's there. Let's go Fannon. He could fall though, 162. He could fall to the next pick, maybe. I don't know if I should risk it though, especially people listening to me. Let's go Fannon. Let's not risk it. We'll go Fannon. Pretty interesting team. Let me scroll back up and show you guys what I have. So essentially, I'm going to have JJ, Nico, Igbuka, Bucky, Dowdle, Dak Prescott, Kamara, Goff, Travis Hunter, Bashal Tootin, Penix Jr., Harold Fannin Jr. Only complexity side of this build is that we've got Buka and Bucky out the first game, because this is a weeks 9, 10, 11, 12 contest. But I've got Dowdle, I've got Kamara, I've got Bashal Tootin. I've got Dak, Goff, Penix to kind of weather. I think it's a pretty good team. It's definitely going to be risky, but I like it. If I can get through round 1, I'm golden. Smitty, I meant to say Adams, ETN, Ridley for Puka Ferguson. I'd take, man, Adams, ETN. Probably take Puka Ferguson. But the next 2 weeks at 3-3. Yeah, I mean, that's tough, I guess. Chad, if you were 3-3, would you rather have Adams, Etienne, and Ridley, or Puka Ferguson at 3-3? Does he risk it and Puka misses time, and then, or does he take the risk, go get Etienne? Vote on this one for me. I probably say I want the Puka spot, and you could probably even flip Puka for more if you needed to make a trade after that. But I'd probably rather have Puka. Should I start Chase Brown or JMO? I'd probably start JMO this week, but they're pretty close. 10-man league, 2 flexes. Trade my Buka, Hall, DK for CD Jacobs. Yeah, in a heartbeat, bro. That one's easy. 12-man full PPR team is 5-1. Send CMC, Pickens, and B-Rob for Barkley, Kittle, Debo. No, bro, you're not listening to what I'm saying about trading CMC. If you trade CMC, you trade him for the world. You're even giving up Pickens. Like, bro, if you did this trade, you trade CMC for Barkley, Kittle, and Debo alone, let alone giving him Pickens and B-Rob. You trade him for, and I don't even know if I would do that. Like, you got to get way more. You got to trade him for Adams and Judkins, or Jeanty and Adams. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's the kind of trade you got to make. This is not how you trade Christian McCaffrey. This is the absolute worst way to trade Christian McCaffrey. Damn, it got thin. I guess I'll go Kendrick Bourne. I didn't. I was going to time out. Ollie Gordon's interesting in this format. Like, if something happened, knock on wood. Bam Knight. Ray Davis is kind of interesting in this format. Man, he would be a league winner if something happened. He still is. Ray Davis is still a league winner. Blake Corum. Rashard Smith. Taysom Hill is kind of interesting. Maybe I'll go Taysom. Rock out. I see two $20 super chats. I'll hit those next. I'm cooked 3-3. QB Dak, Henry, H.N. Harvey. Yeah, I don't know what you do with this team. You're gonna have to divide and conquer H.N., bro. There's nothing. Well, I mean, JSN, Henry, H.N.'s pretty good. I don't know if you're cooked. You probably don't have enough firepower. You probably have to trade JSN for two monsters. He has such high value right now. I mean, you could really get the world for him right now. So you probably go to the Judkins owner, see what wide receiver he has, do a 2-for-1. Judkins and a player, rock out for JSN. HN, same thing. If you pulled off two of those moves, you might have a totally different team on your hands. And this one from Megan's family, $20 caller. Appreciate you very much.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Where? Nothing's working today at all. I traded away my running back Rico to get his Buka on my team. I like that. That's a good move. Now my running backs are Bijan, Bucky, Henderson, Charbonnet, which is a little risky right now because Henderson's not playing where you want him to play. But I kind of like Charbonnet right now as just a sneaky running back too. Wide receivers, BTJ, Buka, Lave, Zay Flowers. I fixed after Neighbors left. QB is Allen, George Kittle. Like it. Very, very good. Not much else you can really do here unless you move like a Lave and Sharps to the Walker owner for like one better player. Something like that. Or you did move Kittle. Let's say you could pick up Fannin off of waivers. You pick up Fannin, you trade Kittle and, you know, Sharps to the Walker owner for one better player. Or you trade Kittle straight out for an Adams, or you trade Kittle and Olave for James Cook because someone's scared of him, or Henry or Barkley. Like, those would be the only other moves I could think of that would not affect the rest of your team that you shouldn't touch. Your team looks phenomenal. This super chat here from Pedro. Pedro, appreciate your $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
8-man full PPR QB Mahomes, wide receivers Debo, Rice, Gibbs, HM, McBride, Pickens, bench Jeanty, Igbuka, Waller, Dak. What is going on here? Vidal. Who should I start at my flex, Jeanty or Pickens? I mean, I go Jeanty. His coach just said I want to feed him 20 plus times a game. I love Pickens though. Lamb will be back. Could cause a little disruption, but I definitely still love Pickens. But I'm starting Jeanty. And if it's me, I'm probably looking to trade. You know, you could trade a Hampton with a Pickens right now for something pretty significant. You know, there's definitely a world where, oh, I'm on the clock. Hold on. I guess Brian Robinson Jr., in case something happens, we'll go Brian Robinson Jr. But yeah, and Vidal is a good trade piece right now. Hampton and Vidal with Pickens for just one player. Like, Pedro, you should be exploring some 2-for-1 trades for sure. But yeah, I'd start Jeanty, but that's me. 3-3 full PPR. Should I trade JD5 and Jetta's Nico Collins for Bijan? I assume your slash means or. You really should just type it out because everybody puts it differently, and then I mess up the answer, and then but it's got to be or. Trade JD5 and Jetta's or Nico for Bijan. Stacked at wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Bijan. You know, depends on your quarterback, which I don't think you said, but I assume you're good there, like Drake May or something. Then yeah, I'd probably rather keep JJ personally. I think that's a preference thing. I think a lot of people might flip-flop around. Everyone's going to see that one different. I personally would rather have JJ. So, but yeah, I do that. JD5 isn't playing. He's playing good. Obviously, 3 TDs in his last contest, but I don't think it's stopping me from going and getting the number 1 overall player from right around Nico's like 12, 13, 14, overall. Maybe 15, 12, something like that. It's a big jump. And then Hayden with the super chat. Oh, no, that was the last one. Travis, what's up?
Hey, so in Dynasty, would you rather have Tyler Warren than McBride right now?
Tyler Warren.
Going forward?
Probably Tyler Warren, which might sound crazy to some people, but
I don't think it does.
Arizona is just a mess. It's not like
Arizona's a mess. And I mean, Warren is like, they're different players, but he's the closest, like, athletic build to Gronk that we've had at tight end. Like, the way he can move and run routes. And he does stuff Gronk didn't do. They're different players, but I think he's just a freak.
McBride's amazing, but part of McBride was his situation. Like, I never once did I think McBride's not an elite tight end, but he's maybe not as good as Tyler Warren, physically. So it's like, if the situation's not there, if it's no longer good, then what in the hell are we doing? So I'm definitely going to go ahead and say, give me Tyler Warren. I'd try and get more. I don't know if the fair market value could command it, but I'd try and get more. Brian, did your question get taken care of, Brian? Everybody was voting on it. Mute yourself real quick, rock out, so that I'm background noise. But Brian, I don't know if you had any other follow-up. I was trying to help Brian, but it was kind of a mess. Brian, if you got another follow-up, put it all in one more question so I can fully make sure you get taken care of, sir. All right, sorry, Travis, go ahead.
No, that's cool. And would you rather have Brees Hall or Cuba Dowdle right now?
Or Dowdle?
Yeah.
Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen, but I'll go Kate Otten here, and then I think I need a receiver. Damn, I don't know who to pick with this last pick here. I need a wide receiver, probably. Malik Washington, I suppose. Not bad.
He should get work.
Yeah, he's not bad. Hold on 1 second, Rockout. Let me answer this question real quickly from Tugboat. Tugboat, appreciate you. 10-team Superflex, half PPR. My QBs are May, Dart, Penix. Running back Saquon, Brees, Jeanty, JCM got offered Chase Brown for Penix. I'd take Chase Brown. Yeah, May's fine. Definitely. That's easy light work decision on that one. Because, I mean, you're getting a potential running back. You might not even use Penix Jr. I don't mind Penix Jr. I don't hate Penix Jr. at all, but that's easy. All right, real quickly, over to Rockout. If my 917 caller could just stay muted for a minute, I'll be right with you. But go ahead, Rockout.
Yeah, can I give you the Junkins owners team?
Thank you, Life. Appreciate you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as far as like JSN or Acham, but his team is, he got Junkins, Warren, and then his wide receivers is Collins, BTJ, and then Paracel's like the ones that stand out.
So Judkins, Nico,
and BTJ, and then Paracel.
So, and then what running backs do you have? Judkins and who else?
You got Junkins. Basically, Junkins, that's the only one I would want.
So, I guess the question would be, does the chat, you have JSN and Achane. I don't think the chat's going to want you trading JSN for Judkins and BTJ. Of course, yeah. I think all of us, and if you say no to this, you're just a JSN fanboy or something, but Judkins and Nico for JSN would be a home run. I don't think you're going to get that, but you can try, of course. JSN or BTJ and Judkins, though, I don't know. I don't know if the chat would be opposed to that or not. I think that you could either trade, if you don't trade JSN for that, do you trade Achane for that?
Yeah.
I'd kind of rather trade Achane and JSN.
I mean, Achane is a stud, but Judkins is being very undervalued because of a bad game. I don't know. But, what if next week he gets 10, 12 carries? And then everyone's like, wait a minute, because 2's a pattern. 1 is an anomaly, 2's a pattern, and then people start really freaking out. I don't know. It's hard to say. Chat, but again, I love Achane probably more than the average person on planet Earth, but I'm still objective, and I know that if, let's say, McDaniel gets fired, let's say Tua gets injured, those are 2 totally different variables that are possible. Let's say both happen. Like, what does the volume look like? Who's calling the plays? Hard to really say what the situation looks like. You are definitely dividing one player, Achan, into two. Of course,
Yeah.
I want Nico. I guess you could also, what could you do to make this Achan and something for Nico and Judkins? You know, of course, I would love to try that. I don't know what smaller player you could throw in to make that.
How much more do you like Nico compared to BTJ rest of the season?
I think a lot, but it certainly could change from week to week.
Yeah, we only got one sample size with BTJ. Who knows if they go back to what they're doing or progress?
I think two. I think the week before was pretty legit. I mean, you're right. I mean, could go back. It's hard to know. But.
I mean, I think it's not bad. I don't think you'd be making a mistake. Might it work out? It may or may not. I mean, that's the gamble you're taking. Nothing's guaranteed, but taking player Achan, turning him into BTJ and Judkins is a pretty good gamble to take if you need to make a move. But I don't know that I'd do JSN. I think I'd probably leave JSN out. If I could throw JSN at it and get Judkins and Nico, I would do that. But if he wanted something back, it depends on what it is.
I got another one. I don't know if they'll do it, but another team, Jeanty and Dunze. I could probably make a trade for that.
I would definitely take that over Achan. Would I do that over JSN? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, in your situation,
possibly borderline.
Chat. Would you rather have JSN or Jeanty and Adunze? Would you rather have Achan or Jeanty and Adunze?
Keep in mind, DJ Moore is probably out like this weekend. Right? I think Rome, and they have a good schedule coming up too. Was it New Orleans?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, next couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second, boys, and then I got to go to this other caller real quickly, and then I'll come back to Travis, then back to Rock Out. Rudy, trade Adunze for Scat plus Lad. I would take Scat and Lad for sure. Yeah, I don't even need to know the team. I'm looking at it; it's nice, but that's a lot of value. I mean, Scat alone for Adunze, you could argue. Lad alone for Adunze, I don't think you definitely not want to pay that price tag, but I could argue it. Was offered Henry and Puka for JT and Adunze and Mason. I'd probably rather have, I'd rather have JT, Adunze, Mason because Puka's out. You don't know how long. You feel like it's one game because he's he's questionable to probably out for this week, and that gives you hope for next week. But man, you don't know. The way they report this stuff, it seems like it's leaning one way and it's not. I would definitely say, even at 4-2, I would say give me JT, who is outperforming everyone. Puka and JT, you could almost say, are identical value. And then Adunze Mason over Henry's safer. And you get the
team's good.
You know, that's.
I like his team how it is with JT, Adunze, and Mason.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just look at this one more time. Henry, I don't know. That it is close the more I look at it. Like Puka, Henry. It depends what Henry does. I'd probably rather have JT, Adunze, Mason, but I do think if you believe in Henry and you think Henry's going to bounce, but I don't know that I get a sense he's going to be the same guy, but do I think he could be pretty good? I think he could. He'd be inconsistent. I'd lean JT, but it depends how much you value Henry. If you think Henry's going to blow up, then certainly trade Adunze for Scat Lad. Thanks again, Rudy. That's a good question. And offered Henry Puka. Okay, I think I'm caught up. All right, let me go to the next caller, then back over to Travis. 917, you're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from? As quickly as you can, kind sir.
What's going on, Smitty? What's going on? How you doing? I'm from New York. name is Sonny.
What's up, Sonny?
I was calling you back. I called into the show the last time. I ended up trading Rico Dow and Kittle for Javonte Williams. I wanted to know what you thought about that.
Kittle and Dowdle?
Yeah, Kittle and Dowdle for Javonte
Or
Williams.
Javonte. So last week we would have said, hey, that's, hard to say right now. Answering this question with authority would make me a moron. I mean, we just don't know what Dowdle is. If Dowdle continues to ball, then this would be a tough trade in hindsight to have made. But if Javonte gets back on his horse like he was the previous weeks, this is not a long time that he had a bad game. Everyone's gonna have a bad game. Right. I don't know. This is a tough one. It really does come down to Dowdle. I think the one thing that the Dowdle-Kittle side has is that it's diluted talent. So, let's say Dowdle falls off the face of the earth. Kittle could still put up a fight, especially with the positional advantage, against Javonte 1 versus 1, even if Javonte kept playing well. So, I don't know. I'd probably say it depends on what you have at tight end. Who's your tight end now that you've traded for Javonte?
Fannin. I picked up Fannin.
I'd probably rather have Fannin and Javonte by a hair, assuming Javonte gets back onto his current, track.
Well, I think so. Dak and it's a good offense, so I think he does.
They were kind of forced into throwing this past week.
Right. Also,
keep an eye on
one more trade.
What'd you say?
I was just saying,
I had
make sure he keeps an eye on Jade and Blue as a cup. That's all.
Yeah, what were you saying, pal?
I also wanted to see Brees for Judkins. What do you feel about that? Straight up.
Judkins, easy. Because Brees is in a volatile situation. He wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be there anymore. That's not good. Mm-hmm. Where does he go when he gets traded? We have no control over that. How does he get traded to a team that doesn't, that's got a bye week, right away? Does he get traded to a team, not play because he gets traded late in the week and then doesn't know the offense and doesn't play much the next week? There's so many different variables that I don't want to mess with. And Judkins at least is the guy. I know he didn't have the week that everybody wanted last week, but I still believe that he's good.
All right. And last thing, Smitty, before I leave out of here, one more thing. I traded off the Gibbs, and listening to your show, I traded, Judkins and Flowers for Gibbs. I wanted to see if that was Smitty approved.
Yeah, I think so. Judkins and Flowers for Gibbs. Well, would I rather have $100 or $5? rather have $100.
Yes, sir.
I might want to challenge, maybe, take the 5 and try to turn it into 100, versus take daddy's money he's handing me the 100. But I don't know, man. I think most people just say, give me the hundo. That's crazy.
That's definitely, I need the Gibbs drop. But thank you so much, Smitty.
All right. Later, bro.
Later.
Anything could happen. Injuries could take someone out, whatever. But, yeah. All right. Travis, what else you got?
Again, in Dynasty, what are you trying to offer up to get Hunter right now? If people, on the low, if people are frustrated with him, I see a lot of people even in Dynasty giving up on him. So.
Second rounders, things like that, off the top of my head. I'm not giving a first rounder because I don't think you need to. Multiple second rounders if I needed to. It depends. There's so many other players that may have popped up that you picked up. Quarterback, a tight end. It could even take him till next year. I don't really know. I believe that Hunter, this news today is really, really good. That his coach wants to feature him as the number 1 wide receiver more. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good sign that things will change a little bit. But this is nothing to do with Hunter. Even the people that they're just so off the rocker, they hate this kid. because of his correlation to Deion Sanders. This kid has nothing to do with Deion Sanders right now. And he's a good kid. He dances all the time. He's very, very well-mannered. He's such a good teammate. He's such a well-rounded person. And he goes and gets baptized before the game. And he gets ridiculed by the entire news community, ridiculing him, saying, why would you get baptized? You're obviously not serious about football. It's like that. It's Sunday. That's when you do that kind of, like, he wanted to get baptized. Like, what do you care? Like, everyone's just out to get him. It's just insane, man. That's why I root for him more than anything. Is I just want him to prove all these doubters wrong. I really, really, really want Hunter to thrive. But yeah, second rounders, quarterback, extra tight end, real quickly, running back Gainwell or Vidal. Vidal, it's not even close right now. Gainwell's trapped in a running back by committee that I don't even think he has full control of at all. So 10-man PPR receivers are Collins, Rice, London, Burden, and Hunter are both available on waivers. Which one should I take? I think I would take Hunter personally. Like Burden this week, though. Burden could be better this week, but I'd rather have Hunter for all the reasons we talk about that he shouldn't be on waivers. All right, go ahead, Travis. Sorry.
No, that was it. I'm just looking over. Like I said, I have a Dynasty team that I can win it all, but I need wide receiver depth, and I'm just kind of looking at different things. So,
okay.
Those guys. And,
12 team.
Go ahead.
Full PPR, Nico Collins or James Cook. Probably gonna go with Nico Collins, I suppose. But James Cook's good. He's been balling all year, but I do feel like there's a little bit of return to not normalcy in the sense that he's like not a great consistent player, but I don't know that he's top 3 or 4. I don't know that James Cook was ever going to be a top 3 or 3 running back, you know. I started out like crazy, and I think he'll return to good playing capability, but I just think he's more of a 6 to 10 guy. $20 hauler from Chris. Chris, appreciate you.
Alert. Super.
10-man full PPR, 5-1. Got offered Lamb, McBride, Henry, Worthy for my McCaffrey, Pickens, London. No. I mean, London, and let's take London and Lamb out. Okay, just to make this easy. So Worthy, Henry, McBride for McCaffrey. Worthy, Henry, McBride. So this is, I don't know, I guess it's very complex. You got Pickens on this side, though. Yeah, let's see here. Got offered Lamb. I feel like you should just be giving up McCaffrey for more. McCaffrey, Pickens, and London. You're giving up London and Pickens. Okay, let's take McCaffrey and Lamb out. Let's see. Let's take McCaffrey and Lamb out because they probably have very similar values. So it would be McBride, Henry, Worthy for Pickens, London, Pollard. McBride, Henry, Worthy for Pickens, London, Pollard. It's pretty close, I guess. I probably lean toward wanting to get just a little bit more for Christian McCaffrey's value. Just a little bit more. Like leaving out Pickens, throwing in somebody else. I don't think leaving Pollard out would do it for me. I feel like you shouldn't give him Pickens. McCaffrey and London for Lamb, McBride, Henry, Worthy. I almost think I still wouldn't even do it. I'd rather have trade McCaffrey for Lamb and something. I don't know. Something about this deal doesn't feel like I feel like it's being clouded by numbers. There's too many players involved in this in a Christian McCaffrey deal. For me, it's tough. I feel like the way I want to trade McCaffrey is McCaffrey for 2 players. It's the easiest way to make sure you're dominating the trade. I don't know. This one's tough. Lamb, McBride, Henry. It all comes down to Henry again. If Henry balls out and is near the Henry of old, the Lamb side would win. But But if Henry's nothing or worth nothing, and then McBride's not delivering because of the damn, Cardinals situation, I just think you need to value London. You need to value Pickens. You need to value McCaffrey appropriately. And currently they're worth gold. All of them are worth gold. Lamb, I love Lamb. I'd say Lamb, same thing. McBride, not. Henry, not worth gold. Worthy's up and down. You're not doing this right. Trade McCaffrey for 2 players. That's what you do. That's the only way to make this trade work. I'm going to say no. Giving up way too much. You're not, and it's clouding it up by making it such a complex deal. 4-1, Mahomes, Dak, Bijan, Bucky, Hendy, Chase Brown, JSN, Rice. Love the receivers. Garrett Wilson. Ladd. Because you have Ladd, I'd probably get rid of Garrett Wilson and maybe Chase Brown for 1 player. I'd maybe get rid of Bucky, injured. It sucks, but it is what it is. Bucky and Garrett Wilson, also injured, for 1 player. Might be hard to do that because they're both injured, so probably Chase Brown and Garrett Wilson for 1 player. What 1 player? Garrett Wilson, Chase Brown for Judkins, Garrett Wilson, Chase Brown for, obviously, Achane, Kyron, Barkley, Garrett Wilson, Chase Brown for Henry and something. Garrett Wilson and Chase Brown for Rice, for Nico. Seems like Nico's tradable right now. All right, rock out. Final thoughts, my boy.
And what's your thoughts on Saquon and DK as a trade?
Trading DK for Saquon?
No, trading for both of them as a 2-for-1.
Oh, for which player though?
Probably Achane. Not really trying to do JSN for that.
So Achane for Saquon and DK. Chat, vote on that one.
It's kind of a risk with Saquon because you don't know if that Eagles offense.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I mean, who would you be upgrading into DK from? Like, who, if you don't do the trade and you keep Achane, who's the starter that you're not having to start anymore?
I would just have basically DK as a flex.
No. What I'm saying is, if you keep Achane, who is replacing DK?
Who's replacing DK?
If you don't do this trade, who is starting that DK would be replacing?
If I trade Achane?
No. If you don't do this trade, who's in your lineup right now that you're trying to replace?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, right now my lineup is Achane, Henry, wide receivers, JSN, Evans.
So who is this player?
Yeah.
Who is this player?
DK would be replacing Evans out of his wide receivers. It would be Evans, Ridley, Bourne, Hooker. Those are his.
So
wide receivers.
if you're telling me you can start Evans later, then yeah, there's no way I'm trading Achane for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got to look at what's actually going to happen in your lineup. Even if it was Bourne, the way Bourne's playing right now, Bourne and Achane crush DK and Saquon. The only way that this would make sense is if you had literally trash in that spot. You're like, I don't even have anybody. I mean, I'm throwing in Tesla, and praying for a touchdown. But Evans, bro, is coming back. Evans is also like, he's chasing that 1,000 yards, and they did an IR spot him, so their goal has been to get him back this week.
Yeah, right now,
give me your team one more time. You got Achane.
I'll give it to you. Hold on. Pretty stacked with a lot of receivers, but yeah. Quarterback Prescott and Penix, running backs Harvey, Achane, Henry, Davis. Running backs basically my biggest need. And then wide receivers, JSN, Evans, Ridley, Tez Johnson, Bourne, Burden, Coker, Mooney.
So, like, this week you're starting Achan, Henry, JSN.
No, Henry's out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Starting Harvey.
But in general, you're starting Achan, Henry, JSN, Evans, Dak, and your wide receiver 3 or flex or whatever is Burden or
Bourne.
Warren Burden. Burden's going to be good this week.
And then whoever I put at the second flex, I flip them out.
So Dak would be, or DK would be replacing this player, not Evans.
No, the second flex. Yeah, second flex.
So DK would be more useful than, okay. But I still don't think I would do it. I still think the way Bourne's playing, the way Burden probably will play now that DJ Moore's injured. I don't know, Rockout. Maybe you just let this team ride it out. I mean, Evans coming back.
I don't think it's that bad.
Evans coming back. I think if you're going to do a trade, it's got to be literally I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look for a good 2-for-1 basically.
Like, you get Judkins and Adams, I'm trading Achan for that. Or Judkins and BTJ, I guess, is... What was the other one? Was it Judkins and BTJ?
Or Nico.
Or Nico. And the other one was, it was Jeanty and Adunze.
I like that one too.
I would do Jeanty and Adunze for Achan. I would do either JSN or Achan for Nico and Judkins. And I'd do Achan for BTJ and Judkins. Past that, I'm not messing with it too much. I'd do any one of those.
All right, cool. See what's up with that.
I mean, there's a risk involved, sure. But, and you know, you could also do like another trade, you know, if you could trade JSN for the same kind of package, you know, and then all this like the JSN, like the Jeanty and Adunze one, and then do the other one, and then just have this loaded team that you're going to be able to go through the bye weeks and just smash. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with, like, let me write that team out and just tell me if you like this team. So it would be,
all right.
It would be, you'll have to tell me. So it'd be Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Dak would be your quarterback.
Yeah.
Jeanty would be your running back 1. Judkins would be your running back 2. A BTJ. Let's just say you got Nico on that one. Nico, and then Adunze, and then who am I missing? Henry, right? Henry.
Yeah, Henry.
So your team would be Dak, Jeanty, Judkins, Nico, Adunze, Henry. Pretty good. You know, if you did like 2 of those trades. But I still like your team now as well. And I like your team if you did.
And I like it.
I feel like I'm missing.
Yeah, I might.
Nico,
And then I also got Kelsey.
I mean, that's a team that could win it. Dak, Jeanty, Judkins, Nico, Adunze, Henry. That could win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might try for the Jeanty one.
All right, cool.
Your
Or
3
the
and 3
Nico
you
one.
said, so 3 and 3 is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
appreciate it.
Evans. And Evans. I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Evan.
Because why does it look like
Hey,
a player? This is way...
You forgot Bourne too.
Well, let's not get too excited there. Rock out. Okay, Dak, Jeanty, Judkins, Nico, Adunze, Henry, Evans. I mean, that's a deep team. You know, if you did both of those trades, for example. Not the crazy.
Would you throw? Would you put Bourne into any of those deals to get them done?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to hold?
I probably would.
So I'm just thinking.
The Nico one. Like, if
Oh.
you could throw something extra and get Nico and Judkins for JSN, That's really the key for you. If you're able to get that one, Nico, because if you take Nico out and put BTJ in, it has a little less oomph to it. But yeah, if you could get Nico by throwing Bourne in, I'd definitely do that.
Like Achan Bourne for Nico and Junkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, look, Nico and Judkins for HN or for JSN. You might have to do the JSN one on that. So JSN for Judkins and Nico, and you give up Bourne as well. That's a home run.
Yeah.
I love JSN.
Throw that out.
I love JSN, but you give me Judkins and Nico, you got to take it.
Right. Yep.
All right. See you later, Rock Out. Appreciate you.
Yep. Appreciate it. Cool.
Travis, anything else?
Yeah, just one more thing. Again, it's Dynasty, but I'm playing to win this year. Would you trade Cook to get Pickens, or do you think, or what do you think Pickens is like once Lamb comes back? I mean, he's still going to be very good.
Would I trade Cook for Pickens straight up? Oh, and is this Dynasty?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I can get more for Cook.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get you.
Yeah, I think Cook's got more value. But, I mean, you add something.
What's your thought on Pickens with Lamb coming back? Just, a little dip. I mean, he's still going to throw it.
I mean, I don't think he was going to do what he did last week every week anyway. So if anybody's like, oh, he's not doing that. But I would say he's still going to be like 80 and a touchdown very regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All righty.
Well, it's not going to happen in this league anyway because Aaron has Pickens.
Oh.
She heard me. I guess she said she wouldn't trade Pickens for Jessica. So I guess we don't line up there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Smitty. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Later. Bye.
All right, everybody. Let's get these 2 super chats handled, and then your boy will probably be out of here for the night. Just make sure you go try playing that third quarter Underdog contest where it's weeks 9, 10, 11, 12 only. And you got to kind of like the strategy of taking into account the bye weeks is pretty crazy. Play $5, get 100. That link is in the live chat pinned. So go try one of those. Don't forget that you can get your pair of blue light blocking Gunner glasses like I wear, but I have tons of versions that I showcase you guys.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
That link is in the description of the video. That link I'll drop right now in the live chat as well. Let me pull that up real quickly. I'll drop the link. But Gunner is fantastic. They are an amazing brand, and they're the leaders of blue light blocking glasses. Let me see if I can. 1 second. Let me just pull this up. And here's the link right now. If you guys, it's in the description of the video, but here's the link right now. All right, here we go. I'll drop it in the live chat. Here's the link. Boom. That'll get you the Gunner glasses at 15% off. But blue light blocking glasses are amazing, and I like switching these out all the time. The ones you guys see me wear for months and months and months before I even got in touch with Gunner to switch them out are these ones. And then the OG ones I've wore for years now. These are the only pair I had. I just wear these every show. It never changed. These were the original. And this is how this is how they actually reached out to me. I'd reached out to them. These are the original. And they said, hey, we see you're wearing the Gunners. I'm like, I've been trying to get a hold of you. And so Gunner definitely become a part of the family. They sent me these glasses to showcase to you. Let me show you one more time. The Gunner corner.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
So, get you some Gunners. Those are in the live chat. I just dropped a link. And then, of course, like I said, Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Make sure you play 5, get 100. Let me hit these super chats and we'll be out the door. Should I drop Shakir to pick up Travis Hunter? Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I make that abundantly clear, but it's crazy that nobody, I guess, believes in Hunter at all through 6 weeks. But I get the frustration. I do. Thank you for replying on Patreon. Thank you, HHSS. But still wanted to know your thoughts on my trade of Rachaad White and Gainwell for Henry. I would take the gamble on Henry all day long. And that's because, you know, we know Rachaad White's going to do something, right? But how long? And part of me wonders when you hear things like the Bucs are looking at maybe adding a running back, or does that mean we're going to get bad news the next couple days? I don't know. Like, it'd be devastating if Bucky went on IR now. And that happens sometimes. I don't think it will. I think Bucky will be back after the bye week. It's possible he misses one game and comes back, but it's very much more likely that he misses week 7, week 8, then goes on the bye week 9, then comes back healthy for week 10. Hard to say, but I would definitely say that Rachaad White is still under Derrick Henry for me if I'm ranking right now anyway. So Gainwell doesn't do anything. So give me Derrick Henry all day long. And even if Rachaad White played the entire year starting, I think Derrick Henry is still slightly better than him. I don't know if I can't guarantee that. I don't know if we're going to see, you know, you never know, but I definitely take the chance on that. So very good trade. Very easy trade for me to evaluate. Thank you very much for the super chat and for being a part of the Patreon, which if you guys aren't on that thing, it's a 24/7 live chat group. That's what he's talking about. We're in there just chatting away 24/7. There's the link right there. I just dropped it. So join the Patreon. Let me pin that link right now. I'll pin it there. Boom. It's pinned. $10 a month, cancel anytime, but you just get to chat. It's a lot of the same exact people from the YouTube live stream, the very helpful group that we are. You just see him lingering in there 24/7. Hey, bro, traded Hampton and Myers for Bijan. If you didn't rip him off so badly, I'd be proud of you. I'm merely disappointed you treated another human being that way. Come on, man. Hampton and Myers for Bijan. I hope you don't have a veto process in your league, because the veto police will be looking for you so quickly, bro. You'll have nowhere to go. There's just no way. Where's my veto police button? That's awful.
King 25, code 428. Dispatch veto Popo. Popo has been dispatched. King 25 out.
That's crazy, bro. Rice owner will trade me for Kyron 1-for-1. I mean, you've got kind of a balanced team once Buka's back. I'd probably take Rice over Kyron. Yeah, I probably would. And drop which running back for a booty. I suppose I'm dropping none of them. I just don't want to drop a single run. I'm not dropping a single running back for booty. No, sir. Nope. Sorry. I hold on to those bad boys. Okay, I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. Tomorrow we'll be live probably at some point during the day, I imagine. I don't know if I'll have a video in the morning or not. I'm going to try to. But either way, we're going to have a video probably in the morning. And then we'll have a 8 p.m. show, and then we'll have a graveyard show. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate every single one of you. Again, make sure you get on over to Gunner. Here's the link one more time if you want to get yourself some blue light blocking glasses like your boy Smitty wears. You don't have to get the sunglasses. You can get ones that are, amber colored. So get blue light blockers. Boom. There's the link. Smash it. Alan says trade Tootin for Aldi. I'd rather have Tootin. If you've got H-Hand though, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, Alan. You need to make that move to sleep at night. I get it. I get it, bro. We'll go over to the Gunner station.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Let's put these on. What are these? What are these called? These are the... Oh, the Doom. The Doom glasses. I don't know. Do I like these? Let's see how I look on them. The Doom? I thought these were Dune, like the game Dune. They didn't. I thought they had a partnership with them too. They have a partnership with everybody. Witcher, Fallout, like everything. These are the Doom glasses. Is that like a TV show or a game? They're into all kinds of partnerships with gaming, you know, fantasy shows, sci-fi fantasy shows. Is Doom something? I don't know if Doom is something. Let me look on their website. Gunner. Let's see here. Gunner.com. Let me look up the Doom glasses. I think that's what they're called. Doom. Again, you can get 15% off by using my code. And let's put these on here. Use code Smitty. These are the Doom. Dune is a movie. I know what Dune is. That's what I just said. I thought it was Dune at first, but they're Doom. I don't know if this is related to a game or anything like that. I'm not sure. Let's see details. Is that which ones? Yeah, that's what these are. I thought they were Dune because they have like these sides. See the sides? They're almost like goggles in a way. A lot of these are gaming glasses, but they almost feel like that would keep the sand out. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go back over real quickly to the Gunner station. Hold on.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
These are the Baron, I think. I don't know if the Baron have anything to do with the game or anything. And then these, I don't... Whoa. It's the first time I've dropped a pair. Very stressful. What are these? What are these? These are the Humboldt. I don't know about these. These don't really fit my head. Hey, Sonny boy. Hey, Sonny boy, get off my lawn. Sonny boy. I look like Junior Soprano. Junior Soprano with those mugs. Let's see here. Yeah. I don't know. The Fallout are really the ones that I love these. The Fallout look great. These are fantastic. Sonny boy, hey Sonny boy. Yeah, Fallout, and then the OGs. The OGs, I like the OGs. The Mustangs. Mustangs are pretty. You can't really go wrong with the Mustangs. Corrado, the Corrados. They should call those the Corrados. The yellow witchers. The yellow witchers. They're pretty good. I want the amber. Like this is the amber yellow. I want the amber orange. These are pretty good. They're just not. They fit pretty okay on my head, but I think they'd fit a lot of other people better than me. But I don't mind them at all. They're pretty good. All right, I'll see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. We did have one more super chat. Did I answer this one? This is from Ricky Turbo. Ricky, thank you very much. Again, hit that link in the live chat to get yourself a pair of blue light blocking Gunners. Team is hurting. Lamar, Penix, Saquon, Bucky, Hendy, Woody, Bam, Pickens, Debo, Keenan, Hunter, Kelsey. Any moves? Kind of waiting for Lamar to come back, my boy. I don't know. Bucky, you waiting on Bucky, Saquon. I think you're probably just at 5-1. You probably can wait on all this to resolve itself. I don't think I'm moving much unless I'm trading, let's say, I mean, you even can wait on Hunter unless you're trading Debo and I don't know, bro. Debo and Bucky for one slightly safer, better player, but I think you wait, Ricky. I think this all is something you got to wait on. There's not much you can trade here, my boy. Otherwise, you're going to take a bath on something. You could trade Pickens on the high, but with Lamb coming back, I think that might not be as easy as you think off of even a big game. Saquon, you can't trade him high. Lamar can't trade him high. Just wait on it. You're 5-1. I don't think you're hurting that bad. This team will come back to form. It'll be pretty dangerous. It'll be pretty dangerous, my boy. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you. Be live tomorrow. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm live whenever big news breaks, and I'm live at midnight Eastern every single night practically. Deuce.